Welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. I'm not sure about whether we are going to have some action or not in this episode, but we are definitely going to talk to the people around. So let's start with Anivia, since she came in here. Anivia sweeps an inquisitive glance over you. So, tell me straight, how did that brawl at the Grey Garrison end? I heard the rumours, of course. That's kind of my job, you know, to listen. You've no idea what cobblers the crusaders say about you. Some say that Iomedae came to you and appointed you her herald. Others say that you died, and an honest-to-God's angel is now leading the army disguised as you. Still others say it was just an explosion at an alchemist's lab, and I'm the one spreading rumours about your powers. I wish! But, you know, you really have changed since the Grey Garrison. It's hard to describe, but you've become kinda... Anivia waves her hand, trying to find the word. There's no, humble option here. More charismatic? More dangerous. I have a gut instinct about these things. If I didn't, I'd already be dead. You are dangerous, Commander, and by Desna, I hope you'll be dangerous to our enemies and not to us. Or to yourself. Well, that was an interesting conversation.
This spell eludes me.
I didn't mean to cast a spell. Right, now we need to talk to the storyteller. Where the heck is he? I thought it was here.
I'm gone.
Don't tell me he disappeared. It's Hylor. You have earned the title of Commander. Kenabra still stands thanks to you. But you'll have to be doubly on your guard. Your Eminence places a target on your back, and there are assassins about. So that's where we can
follow my steps.
respec at least. Where is the storyteller? I was absolutely sure he was there somewhere. Mysterious elf, huh? Damn it. Again, soldier? Okay.
Let's head out.
That new loot. Trying to find the storyteller in all this isn't that easy. Maybe he isn't here anymore. Maybe I should have talked to him before I went to see the Queen. Elan of the Hound Hearts. Sela.
Let us be careful.
Dayron. There you are. So, how do you like your new role, advisor? Darren winces. You also enjoy poking me with that stick, don't you? Imagine it. Me, a crusader. If my dearest cousin hoped to teach me a lesson, she managed it perfectly. An assignment I couldn't avoid without losing face. This idiotic journey leading straight into the demon's maws. I could have been on a pleasure boat right now with the loveliest songstress in Pitax on my arm, and a bottle of the finest Kyonin wine to keep us company. Incidentally, I blame you for all of this. Well, actually, I think Cousin Galfrey is to blame for everything that's happened to me. And I suppose some of my misdeeds could be considered my own fault, but I can hardly be expected to take responsibility, can I? Certainly not. Therefore, I shall lay all the blame at your door and plot my revenge. Gives you an innocent smile. Did you also receive a fraction of that unusual power? Looks like it. I genuinely hoped that getting away from you would be the end of it. If your gift truly did come from Iomade, then giving me a smidgen of that power was a very subtle joke on her part. I had no idea that our divine lightbringer of Mendev even had a sense of humor. Don't get me started on my many acts of sacrilege against her. That obscene engraving, the truth about the test of the Starstone, is the tamest one by far. He is very amusing. Social?
Hello again. I'm very pleased to meet you. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me.
He's a cleric, huh?
It's a pity I wasn't there at the Grey Garrison to witness your feats of strength with my own eyes. The flash, however, could be seen miles and miles away. Some people were frightened of it, thinking that the demons had blown up the remains of the keep. I, for one, knew immediately that it was a good sign. The light above the city showed us that there was still hope.
Who are you, and how could you possibly be of use to my army?
My name is Sozio Vanek. I am a cleric of Shaylin, the Eternal Rose and the Goddess of Beauty. Yes, I know that many people would consider me useless in a war. This is not a usual war, though. Just consider our enemy. The Abyss and his demons are the very embodiment of everything evil and ugly in the world. Perhaps a disciple of kindness and beauty might come in handy.
Well, he does look a bit cute.
I have no doubt that we will win this war, Commander. We just have to. It is our destiny. My role is to help you, and all those standing by your side in this struggle, to survive and flourish. Everyone deserves the chance to find peace and happiness in the world that they are defending so selflessly.
What are you painting? The cleric's eyes linger mournfully on the canvas. The unfinished painting depicts a temple crowned with a rainbow-tailed bird, the symbol of Shellin. 5 people dressed in robes stand before the temple. Men and women, young and old, they all gaze back at you with radiant happiness and joy in their serene eyes.
My brothers and sisters in faith. They sent me for help, and then they saved my life, Commander. If the Prioress hadn't ordered me to escape the city and seek help, I would have died right along with them. Instead, I met Queen Galfrey on her way to Nerosian, and hurriedly returned to Canabras, only to find my friends dead on the steps of our desecrated temple. I want to draw them the way they live on in my memory. Wise, beautiful, and loyal to their goddess and their city to the very end.
I am sorry for your loss.
Thank you. I will never forget that I owe them my life. Every minute of it, every breath that I take, is a gift they gave me. Now it's my duty to make sure my friends and tutors did not die in vain. I will honor their sacrifice by making this world a bit more beautiful and kind.
And an artist enlist in the army.
Perhaps I am a true artist, or simply an amateur who defaces canvases in my spare time. My goddess is a patron of art, so painting is part of my prayer, and I put all my heart into my pieces. But I am a cleric above all else, so I must also tend to others. I went to war because here's where I'm most needed. Sure, I could be painting idyllic landscapes and offering empty prayers to my goddess, but that won't stop people from dying. My goddess has no tolerance for false piety.
No. Makes sense. You wanted to discuss something with me, right?
Yes, I have a personal request. Before we undertake our journey and leave Canabras behind, I would like to visit Martyr Zacharias' cemetery for a funeral. It's not far from here, and it's important. I would like to pay my respects to my friends from the Temple of Shaylin who died defending the city. Also, if it's not too much trouble, I would like you to come with me to honor their memory. Their friends and family will be at the funeral, and perhaps the commander's personal presence will bring them comfort. I know that you are burdened by many cares right now, so I understand if you can't find the time. But if you could, I would be sincerely grateful.
It was nice meeting you. Now I have to go.
You must be rather busy indeed. Leading a crusade all by yourself is no joke. I still believe that you are up to the task. This war has been raging for 100 years, but you've given us a chance at victory.
Martyr Zacharias' cemetery has been revealed. I wonder if we just have to walk there ourselves, or if he'll... Oh no, we got him into our party. Okay. Okay. So he's a level 6 cleric. And with some good spells. I mean, yes, prayer is not weird. Prayer is a very good spell, but I assume that he's very good. Biography, neutral, good, yeah. I need to have a look at his spells here. I don't need 3 prayers, and I don't think I need Dispel Magic either, so let's replace 2 of those with Summon Monster. Delay Poison. Any poison in its system, or any poison to which is it exposed during the spell does not affect the subject until the spell's duration has expired. Okay. I believe he can just spontaneously convert any spell to cure wounds. Remove blindness. If this one was communal, then that would be nice. I'm going to go with remove disease. Level 2, yeah, lesser restoration is always good, but I don't need 4 of them. So I think we'll go with... Is it Eagle Splendor? Yeah, that does charisma, so we'll give him that. What is this? This is protection from evil communal. Good. Remove paralysis? No, I don't think we need that. We can take 1 more protection from alignment communal. Level 1, we have Bless and Unbreakable Heart. Strike. Yeah, I can only pick these 2 as the domain spell. Unbreakable Heart is not really that necessary. I think I'll just go with 4 Bless spells, actually. Speaking of which, I should have a look at the spell books of everyone. Yeah, look at this, because now they have so many extra spells. So we're going to have 2 haste spells and definitely 4 fireballs here. Scorching Ray, 2 mirror images, and 1 invisibility. Level 1, oh geez. I'm going to go with Mage Armors, and then Magic Missile. Ember, Spontaneous, thank you. Darren, Spontaneous. Waldriff, I don't think you've gotten any new spells that you can cast. Lan can't cast spells. Camellia, you should be the same as before. Good. Sela, you haven't received any new spells. Good. Now, where is the storyteller? That is so weird. Here's Liotr Hawkblade. We were supposed to talk to him as well. Commander, a tall man with piercing yellow-green eyes gives you a brief nod. Let me personally congratulate you on your new title and thank you for your time in advance. I am Liotr Hawkblade, an Inquisitor of the Church of Iomide, the Bringer of Light. I require your assistance in a certain delicate matter involving one of your companions, young Count Darren Arende. Are you one of Prelate Halran's followers? Liotr's face freezes for a moment, but he nods. Yes, of course. Are you aware that it was I who killed him? Liotr's face proclaims his astonishment. No, I wasn't aware. Why are you revealing this to an Inquisitor and so calmly? That is a surprisingly bold move. Bewildered, he is at a loss for words. How did it happen? I wanted to protect a priest of Desna. He was deemed a traitor and threatened with execution. I will have to confirm your testimony when I finish investigating the Count's case, but knowing the revered Halrun and his attitude towards the Desnans all too well, I also know that it is true. This news is hard to accept. Why did I leave Kenabris right when everyone needed me the most? Perhaps I could have protected the people and prevented my brethren from making fatal mistakes that led to such an ignominious end. Tell me more about yourself, Inquisitor. I want to know who I'm dealing with. I am Ulfan by birth, but I have lived in Mendev for most of my life, dedicating myself to the service of the Inheritor. My warrior brethren mostly worship Gorham, but I've never been eager to fight for the sake of battle alone. I was a good fighter in my early youth and could easily best most of my peers, but I didn't enjoy showing off my skills. The victory is bland on his own. Purpose adds flavor to war. I can't say that I've always been a faithful Sword of Iomedae. Back in my mercenary days, fate brought me to the borders of Mendev, where I spent quite a long time among the crusaders. Fighting shoulder to shoulder with my righteous comrades in arms, and watching demons commit their atrocities eventually led me to something I had been seeking my whole life. Purpose and faith. That is how I found my calling. Even though it may be hard at times, I have never regretted my decision. So what brings you here? I ask you to assist the Church of Iomedae in an investigation of the utmost importance. I understand that the leader of this crusade has plenty of other matters to attend to, but please allow me to tell you the details. Perhaps it will explain why I am calling upon you. The Inquisitor's open face instantly reveals his feelings. He frowns and looks through you, lost in his thoughts for a moment. I suppose that you have already heard about Count Arunday's story. I refer to the tragedy at the Heaven's Edge estate. You're going to investigate this old case again, aren't you? Yes, I am. I have several reasons to doubt the widely shared account of what exactly happened at the estate and how it happened. You see, Commander, I was among those sent to examine the estate after the incident. I saw everything with my own eyes, and I still remember it clearly, even though it feels like it happened a lifetime ago. Heaven's Edge was a unique place that still carried the spirit of old Mendev. Mendev before the Worldwound. And yet on that day it turned into a labyrinthine house of horrors like something only seen in our nightmares. Apologies for the digression, I wanted to tell you about my suspicions. Everything about the incident seemed odd. Why was the only person left alive a young boy with a newfound talent for divine magic? Why did nobody send to Kenabris for help, even though the agony spanned many hours? We found the demons dead with their heads cut off when we got into the estate. How were they defeated? How did the disease kill even the paladins present at the estate, who are said to be immune to any disease? If the demons had found a way to penetrate the Holy Warrior's defenses, why has this never been repeated since the tragedy at Heaven's Edge? You are the only person who can help me here, Commander, because the only living witness of those events is currently serving in your army. Your army's route will take you near the very site of the tragedy. Heaven's Edge has been abandoned and sealed with potent magic throughout all these years, and only the Count has the power to break that seal. He's unlikely to invite an Inquisitor inside, and in any case he won't like me sniffing around his family seat. But if you, as his commander, express your wish to visit the estate, he will be obliged to fulfill it, and I will simply follow you as one of your attendants. There are 100 ways, 1,000 paths, and a myriad loopholes in human lives that the forces of evil can use to their advantage. I am not sure which one of those led the demons to the gates of Heaven's Edge, but I do know it wasn't a simple raid the kind crusaders face every day. That incident involved a significantly more powerful entity, and that is why I am asking for your help. We cannot be sure that such a tragedy will not happen again until we uncover the truth. Tell me what happened at Heaven's Edge. About 10 years ago, several powerful demons managed to penetrate the Wardstone barrier and commit mass murder of all the guests who attended the feast in celebration of young Darren's birthday. The unknown magical disease they had brought wiped out the whole estate in less than a day. That was not a unique case in itself. The demons had attempted such raid on Mandevian lands before, but they had never dared target such a well-protected place. The Arenday family was exceptionally rich. The estate was protected by elite bodyguards. There were several strong and righteous paladins among the guests. Moreover, the revered Nestrin, Darren's tutor, was one of the most powerful priests of Iomedae in the vicinity. All of them died, nonetheless, except for the young count, who had suddenly manifested his outstanding sacred healing powers. Was that a divine miracle or a curse? That remains to be seen. You have already been to the estate several times. What do you expect to find now? I was a young and inexperienced Inquisitor when I first visited Heaven's Edge 10 years ago. My skills have improved significantly since then, and I have paid dearly for that. Liotr makes a vague gesture, pointing at his scars. My arsenal includes many spells and techniques dedicated to gathering information about people and events. Almost all of them require me to be physically present in the place where the event in question happened. That is why I must return to Heaven's Edge. Why can't you just search the estate yourself without involving me? The estate is abandoned and sealed with powerful containment enchantments that only the Count himself can lift. This is not the main reason, however. The main reason is that Count Arenday is not officially under investigation by the Inquisition, so I couldn't just break into his house, even if I found a way to bypass the spells. This is a serious matter. Liotr frowns. A matter that threatens the reputation of the entire Church of Iomedae, and my own organization in particular. We made more than enough unforgivable mistakes during the Third Crusade and are still dealing with their consequences. Your presence will give my investigation the necessary legitimacy, Commander. But there is more. In addition to getting official permission, I'd also like to bring an independent third-party investigator to this case. Someone independent, but well-respected. And you fit this role perfectly. Did you question Darren himself? I did. But the Count insisted he couldn't remember anything about the incident due to severe shock. He saw the demons at the very beginning when they appeared at the celebration to announce the onset of the plague and mock their victims. He also witnessed the death of his mother, Countess Sileena. That was all he would tell me. Liotr pauses. We had found the young Count sleeping like a log on the floor in one of the rear chambers, having drunk about half the family wine cellar all by himself. There is no reason to disbelieve him on that matter. So you suspect that Darren is hiding something? That he is to blame for the tragedy? I deliberately refuse to entertain any theories or suspicions so that it doesn't affect the investigation. There is a saying among my colleagues that suspicion is the mother of prejudice, and prejudice is married to failure. I can only tell you that Count Arenday wasn't suffering from demonic possession, the most common malaise in our country at the time. Prelate Halloran himself examined the boy right after the tragedy, and he didn't sense anything awry with him. Fine, I will help you. What do you need me to do? Liotr bows his head to you with exceptional reverence. Thank you, Commander. Now I ask you to speak to the Count and tell him that you wish to see at Heaven's Edge. Please do not inform him of my presence right away. I will join your escort when it is time to travel to the estate, and when we get there I will also require your help during the investigation. You will have to follow me, observing my actions as an independent witness. If you have any other questions, please feel free to ask me. I will remain here for a while. I don't. If I can't find the storyteller, I assume that he may have left. That he is otherwise occupied.
Tread lightly.
I am fairly certain that the place that he was standing was here. And he clearly is no longer standing there, so... I don't think there is anything on the map here that would help me. Hilor, Horgus, Squirm, Recruitment, Blacksmith, Arms, Theater, Campman. Nope. No, I'm pretty sure that he's not here since I cannot find him. So in that case, I suspect we shall leave.
You've marched me to the bones today.
I want to see the map. Okay, so Martys Zacharias' cemetery is down there. We need social. Right. Crusade, starting out. You can now control armies on the global map. Winning battles against demon forces will provide you with a number of benefits, such as resources to help your economy, relics, which can be turned into powerful new items for your party, captured enemy fortifications that previously blocked the advance of both your party and your armies. These fortifications can be rebuilt into forts for your own troops. Enemy armies differ in their strength, which is displayed as a number next to the army's name. By hovering over the enemy army, you can learn more about its composition and the reward that it is guarding. You can switch between party management and army command modes by clicking the banners at the top of the screen. In army command mode, you can select armies by either using the panel on the left or clicking the figures on the map. Much like your party, armies use roads to move around the map, and to move, an army must spend movement points, which can be restored by resting for 1 day. So there's a demon army, strength 1 here. Do we even have an army? Yeah. Plenty of demon armies here, that's for sure. Dresden is up there. There's Chili Creek. Okay, so I'm thinking that what we should do is bring with us Social and go to the Martyrs Cemetery. Can I enter, please? Thank you. That was more difficult than I thought, since I was in the wrong mode at the top. So we'll switch out Darren with Social. And let's have a look at his gear. He's using a glaive. Don't we have like a better glaive? Doesn't appear we do, but I might as well give him this doesn't do as much damage, but it has a higher chance of hitting, and it's also cold iron. Are you specifically? Doesn't seem to be specifically. Oh, he has a weapon proficiency with the glaive, but he doesn't have any weapon specialization. So, yeah. Let's travel to this cemetery. The path to this location is unknown. Not that it was that hard. An elderly man limps towards a grave and clumsily throws a handful of soil inside. How unfair. They were all so young, they had their whole lives ahead of them. They sacrificed themselves, and an old cripple like me still lives. An elven woman with her face bathed in tears steps up to the graves. She whispers, "The painting. Burned like everything else in the house. Nothing left for me to remember you by. Nothing." A young man throws down a handful of soil into the open grave and stands beside it for a while, lost in thought. Finally, he sighs and steps back. Sosiel throws a handful of soil into the grave in front of him. He takes a breath and prepares to speak, but it seems that he simply cannot find the right words. The cleric wipes his tear-filled eyes, gathers his resolve, and says in a gentle voice, "I wish you a warm welcome in Shellin's realm. We will win this war, I swear to you. We will banish this ugliness and evil, make the world richer, and let peace blossom in it. We'll make sure anything like this... He breaks into sobs mid-sentence, then falls silent without finishing his declaration. "Thank you for everything you have done for us." Sosiel is too absorbed in his grief to hear you, but the other mourners nod in approval, wiping their teary eyes. "They were good people. I cannot believe they are gone." "Is that?" An elven woman shrieks in horror, disrupting the atmosphere of silent mourning. Her trembling hand points at something moving inside a grave. Suddenly, a corpse climbs out of the ground, wafting a horrible stench from its rotting body. "It's a zombie! Run!" Yeah, you guys can do that. I'll kill it. Them. There's apparently plenty of them.
We won't fall here. I swear it.
So these are just regular zombies? Yeah, zombie and zombie lord.
You crossed the wrong mongrel.
This one should do a little bit of the damage. Go there. There's 2 zombie lords. Oh, they're behind us as well. There is a lot of them.
Cover me, all right?
Kimalia,
I'll cut you wide open.
as usual, she's unable to hit.
No glory without risk.
Now it's all of these abilities and spells. You have that one. Ow. Couple more of them down. Why are you all going after him?
You won't survive me.
Sheesh, there are many of them.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
The spirits demand your blood.
Can you do that again? Yes. Good. 3 of them there. 4 of them there. But it only hit 2 of them. Let's help her out a bit up.
Endure this.
Woodriff,
Distract them from me.
take out him. Melia, try to hit this
You
time.
are today's sacrifice.
Yeah, good.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Begone, fiend!
Do this again. And Lan.
Make every strike count.
Time to share your treasures.
There's 1 left, I think.
Go for their hearts.
No, there is 1 there as well.
Into the fray.
With a heavy heart, Sosiel looks at the corpses of his friends returned to rest by his own hand. What is this twisted mockery? Who could possibly... Wait, what's this? He bends down and recovers something from the ground. Take a look at this. Sosiel hands off a black onyx gem to you. Once precious, this stone is now covered in cracks, falling apart in your grip as you examine the engraved minotaur's head, the unholy symbol of Baphomet. The cleric's voice, perplexed at first, fills with rage as he speaks. Cultists. Simply murdering my friends was not enough for them. No, they had to come to the funeral and desecrate their graves. Looks like some of the townspeople were only feigning their grief. These demon worshippers are everywhere. Now I understand why the Inquisitors of Canabras became so paranoid. Wait, the townspeople fled the Undead without knowing they have a traitor among them. Wherever they are in great danger. We must find them. So we all gained a level there. Let's give him the mythical thing. Cleric definitely improved abundant casting then. Okay. I think we'll level up Caladorn. And Persuasion. Then we get Spell Specialization. I think that we will go with Fireball. Which is also the spell we're going to pick. Though Haste are excellent. You know what? We're not going to go with Fireball. We're going to go with Burning Arc and we're going to pick Haste because it's such a good spell. And continue with Paladin. Less. Scaled Fist gives Charisma. Based
no
armor.
To pause.
Yeah, no, that's not necessary. Or religion, knowledge world. I guess nature. Mercy. Diseased. Sounds good. Camellia. Just continue with the Spirit Hunter there. Religion and trickery, yes. Plan, archer. These three are good. And spend key power to do this. Pushing ray might be used. Get another bonus feat. Why is this not recommended? I'll take improved precise shot though. Then we have Woldriff, trickery, stealth, perception, and use magic device. Get a new spell. Now we get 2 new spells. Visibility can be useful. Web could be useful as well. I think we're going to go with those. Let's do some looting here. I don't think that... Oh, geez, they all have Masterwork scimitars? No, probably just the lords. It doesn't appear that regular zombies even have anything we can loot at all.
I'm gone.
Just checking to see if there's anything else. Yep. Okay, we're going to end the episode here, so that it doesn't end up in a very, very long episode again. And we will continue this in the next episode, of course. Now, if you do have any questions or comments, then please do feel free to leave those in the comment section. And I hope that you enjoyed the episode. And I will be seeing you all in the next one. Thank you all for joining me.